a brand new Tar Heel. Our children may choose to leave, but shame on us if they can't choose to stay. Our future is walking away step by step. We need a Michigan that will be so attractive that they'll want to come back, roll up their sleeves, and be a part of the exciting transformation going on in Michigan. I would like to be a leader and a part with you in that transformation. Thanks for the opportunity to be here, and I'll be happy to respond to any questions. Come to read them, or you want to go right ahead? There they are. Dick, you look much taller than you do on TV.
How are you wearing platform suits?
How do you feel about the state of Michigan having 850 separate school districts, a lot of duplication throughout the state? Is there a chance districts will be combined? Great question. The answer, please don't call me a politician, but the answer is yes and no. There's a good fight to have and a wrong fight to have in this, and I know there's leaders in our education community, by the way, and I'm grateful for the great leadership we have in so many of our school districts, our teachers and administrators alike. I do believe that there is opportunity for consolidation, but let's be careful what fights we have and what we consolidate. If we're going to have debates about which school mascot is going to be on the wall or the fight song in the school colors, we're having the wrong debate. There's no reason to necessarily change those things and force consolidation of the schools themselves. The bigger issue is how do we consolidate administration. There's a couple of dimensions you should be aware of. On average in Michigan, we're about number 10 in funding for our students. And we're told that there's not enough, but we're on average about 10. Some districts higher, some districts lower. The disparity is too great. Nonetheless, average, we're about we're about 10. A tenth on the list, which is close to $10,000 a student. Now, that's important. We pay our teachers in the top 5 in the country. On average, our teachers are top 5. Some say second, some say fourth, so I'll just grant it top 5. And yet, one dimension we really fall down, and that is the dimension where we have administration. Our administrative expenses, as a percentage of the dollars that we spend, are much too high. We're 48th or 49th in the country with regard to administrative costs and overhead versus classroom expenditures. Our challenge has got to be to do a better job of allocating. Now, for the businessmen and women in the room, you immediately know this is not a revenue problem; it's a process problem, right? I mean, this is just a matter of getting the revenue we're putting in the top, allocating it to where it needs to be to improve our product and service delivery. That's going to be in the classroom, and we need to work with our administrators to help them. And so I believe the consolidation isn't going to be about consolidating school districts as we know them in terms of fighting over which districts will survive or not. But the consolidation opportunity is behind the scenes. Consolidation of IT services, the consolidation of purchasing services, food services, transportation services, custodial services, management services, a variety of things that don't affect the classroom, that we do, frankly, in business every day. I mean, how many catalogs? Do you get catalogs like we do in our house? Lots of catalogs? Do you know that there's probably a handful of catalog warehouses? And despite the hundreds of different catalogs that are out there, the chances are good that a number of those are being fulfilled and handled and managed out of the same warehouses with the same people taking the orders. But it's invisible, it's behind the scenes. So let's not have an argument on what doesn't matter. Keep the mascot, but consolidate the services, and we need to drive and encourage our administrators and our school boards to drive more dollars to the classrooms through consolidating and optimizing our administrative costs and services. There's been a terrific amount of mudslinging concerning you and China. Can you set the record straight and comment on the role China plays in the Michigan economy? I'd be happy to. I'll put it in a nutshell. I'm sorry I have to be so direct. The governor is misleading the people of Michigan regarding my record in China. I'm sorry, I wish it were different. Here's the facts. A couple of facts. I already told you. I had to restructure a company. By the way, in the restructuring, I didn't quite tell you that we didn't eliminate one direct manufacturing position in our company. It was all administrative management and various activities that we were doing that we needed to get rid of. But did I cut back jobs? Yeah, I did. A lot less than the number that's been thrown around, frankly, but we did. I think we expect leaders to make tough choices, to save what we can save and to save those things that are important to us. And sometimes that means having to choose between saving the whole or saving the body and losing a part. And so I made those tough choices. I don't celebrate them, but I did. It's a fact. There's the fact that we invested in China, $200 million in China. True. What is not, see, if you use two disparate facts to lead someone to an erroneous conclusion, I argue that is still deceptive. And that's what's being done. Those two facts are true. We invested in China, and I did restructure the company. Those happened many years apart, by the way, but they did happen. But here's the facts about the conclusion. The conclusion that many people reach is that somehow jobs were exported. Not true. Categorically false. Not one job went to China from our company, not one. What we make in China, we sell in China. Chinese law required us to have our company in China and to make what we make in China, what we sell there. And so we do. Not one job went to China. Not one product has ever been exported from our plants in China to anywhere else in the world. Not one. And so we make in China, we sell in China. What happened, however, was that by investing $200 million in China, we created 400 jobs that exist in Michigan today as a result. 400 jobs, people, lawyers and accountants, and R&D, chemists, and logistics technicians, and engineers, and marvelous jobs exist in Michigan as a result of the company's investment in China. But that's what they don't tell you. 400 jobs were created in Michigan as a result. Not one lost, 400 created. Second thing they don't tell you is that $200 million we invested in China, yeah, it's a lot of money. You're not told that we invested at the same time over 3.5 times as much money right here in Michigan. See, there's the facts. Two facts to lead to an erroneous conclusion is distortion and deceptive. I think the people of Michigan, frankly, deserve better. China, and an international market, as you've heard me say before, China, the fastest growing consumer market, Michigan companies must have a piece of that market. That is our future. We cannot shy away from that, and if we do, we will do it. We will do it to our long-term dismay. We must participate in those markets, selling our products there. And when we do that, we'll bring jobs here. And we need someone in the governor's office who understands how that equation works. And in fact, I just finish with one more, and then we'll wrap. It says, "Why are you running for governor?" That's what it says. I just took them in the order they were submitted. I'd be happy if others have other questions afterwards to catch individually and respond to your questions. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Why am I running for governor? I'm running for governor so I can go home when I'm done, having done a job that will create a Michigan that our kids will come home to. Having done a job that will make us proud once again of the Michigan I grew up in, a Michigan that was proud, a Michigan that was confident, a Michigan that was accustomed to being on the other end of all the lists. I just want to go back home. Proud that I've done a job and served the people of Michigan with dignity, without any question about my background or without any question about my motives. Because I'm not taking any special interest contributions to this campaign. I will have one boss, and that is the people of Michigan. And I intend to return to being a member and a citizen in Michigan when I'm done. And I intend to return Michigan prouder and better than how I found it. I'm a Rotarian. I'm also a Boy Scout. We simply believe we can and we must leave things better than the way we found them. Caring for all around us, doing the right thing, we can make this state great once again. I'd be grateful for your consideration as we go through this election. I hope you found our time together to be helpful as you make a very, very important decision about Michigan's future and our direction together. Thank you.